There are two spiritual dangers in not owning a farm. One is the danger that supposing that breakfast comes from the grocery, and the other that heat comes from the furnace. To avoid the first danger, one should plant a garden, preferably where there is no grocer to confuse the issue. To avoid the second, he should lay a split of good oak on the andirons, preferably where there is no furnace, and let it warm his shins while a February blizzard tosses the trees outside. If one has cut, split, hauled, and piled his own good oak, and let his mind work the while, he will remember much about where the heat comes from, and with a wealth of detail denied to those who spend the weekend in town astride a radiator. The particular oak now aglow on my andirons grew on the bank of the old emigrant road where it climbs the sand hill. The stump, which I measured upon felling the tree, has a diameter of 30 inches. It shows 80 growth rings, hence the seedling from which it originated must have laid its first wood in 1865 at the end of the Civil War. But I know from the history of present seedlings that no oak grows above the reach of rabbits without a decade or more of getting girdled each winter and resprouting during the following summer. Indeed, it is all too clear that every surviving oak is the product of either rabbit negligence or rabbit scarcity. Someday, a patient botanist will draw a frequency curve of oak birth years and show that the curve humps every 10 years, each hump originating from a low in the 10-year rabbit cycle. A fauna and flora, by this very process of perpetual battle within them and among species, achieve collective immortality. It is likely then that a low in rabbits occurred in the middle 60s when my oak began to lay annual rings. But the acorn that produced it fell during the preceding decade, when the covered wagons were still passing over the road into the Great Northwest.